Hey, everybody, this is David Skrika, Profit from Pessimism Stock Chart of the Day. So today's going to be a quick one. I'm going to do something a little more in depth on a stock tomorrow. Back in the summer, I talked about what my favorite stock was. The stock is kind of creeping higher. I was hoping it would go up faster, but we're still up on it, so I'm happy about it. So today's stock chart of the day, we're going to look at Moderna. I talked about boom bust stocks. So Moderna, of course, I had one of the COVID vaccines, and it was like a smaller company, and that was basically their only drug too, right? So it wasn't like Pfizer or J&J who've got tons of drugs in their pipeline. But what's interesting about Nordic, you can see here, it's back to about where it was pre. Sorry, we're gonna. I hit a button there by accident. So let's go the date range. Went all the way back to 2020. I don't know why. Let's just get it. Sorry, let's just go back. That's it. There you go. I'm not going to start this video over. It's not worth it because it's going to be too short. So anyhow, there you go. So when Moderna, we do this. You see, it's right back to where it was in 2020. It didn't actually start trading until 2019. You can see, so basically where it was right before COVID started, right before they made all the gains because of the drugs. And this just shows you how difficult trading put options is, because I tried to short this. Me and my friend, he's also one of my subscribers and a good friend of mine. He's a German guy who lives in London and Portugal. And basically we just thought that, this company was done because no one's taking these vaccines anymore. COVID's over. They don't really have other drugs, etc. So we tried to do it put options, and we didn't really make any money on it. And I think it was around 130. It was like here, like in 2022, 2023, we kind of got a bearish on it. And you can see the stock, if we had just shorted it, we would have made about 70%. And of course, if you would have shorted a margin, you'd be up over 100%. But it just shows you how difficult that is, because you don't know when it's going to tank, and you can never time it like quite perfectly, right? So you can be right in the long term, but it doesn't make you any money because, it's so difficult to play it to put options. But you can see too, what's interesting, even this huge drop, it's still trading north of 2 times sales, and you can see they're losing a ton of money. And what's funny about this is uh, uh, Canada gave them a whole bunch of tax money to build this big plant in Quebec to produce vaccines. So again, another Justin Trudeau brilliant move. Obviously I'm being sarcastic. Seems the guy's on the wrong end of everything. Like I've never seen a guy where I disagree with him on everything. You have certain politicians like with Bernie Sanders, I agree with him on the banks, even though I disagree with him about everything else. So it's socialism, but like at least I agree with him on something. But it's like literally Trudeau on every issue. I'm on the opposite side of it. It's really kind of remarkable. But anyhow, so you can see that here's again the boom and the bust. So again, this is like a classic parabolic curve. A kind of non-technical name for it is the skyscraper chart, because skyscrapers go, you look at each side of the skyscraper, it's straight up and then down. And so this is so classic, like the blow off, the failed rally. You can see all these gap downs here. And you can see the first year went from 500 to 125. And even they didn't ever really pay any dividends, so that's why the dividend chart doesn't really matter. But you can see it's gone from 500 to 42 a share. And again, we go back, it is a little higher than it was pre-COVID. Pre-COVID was like 25, but by say like April, May, when COVID like really they started with the vaccine, it's basically the same level or even a bit lower then. So this is classic. And the thing about this kind of chart is many stocks never recover from charts like this, or many stocks have to go sideways for 5-10 years after something like this. That's what happened in the dot-com bubble. The 3D printers have seen that in the past 10 years, etc. So that's our stock chart of the day. Moderna, a boom bust chart. And again, when I'm showing you companies like, look at the MSTR chart up. MSTR, that's what I'm trying to kind of warn you about, right? That I know everyone's loving crypto now. Bitcoin hit 100,000 this morning, but that's what ends up happening to these kind of charts. And you can see MSTR, even after it had this first kind of little parabolic move here, it took 1, 2, really 3 years of basing before it started to move higher. So that's the best case scenario, right? Or the worst case scenario is, again, let me show you the 3D printing stocks just to quickly show you here. You can see this is the secondary spike they had here. And this is DDD. And we're going to go back 15 years. And you can see this there, and really this has gone sideways. Other than, see, they said they could use 3D printing to print syringes and that sort of thing during COVID. So that's what caused that spike in it in 2021. So, but anyhow, other than that, that outlier spike, you've basically been between 2025 and $2, $3. Or I know it's a big range, but it's basically between being down 80% and 98% from its all-time high of near 100. So that's the kind of the best case scenario. And this is kind of what I see more for Moderna. I don't see it as something, like I said, if you go look at it, they're losing tons of money, still trades north of 2 times sales. It's not like some super cheap stock or anything either. Okay. So that's it. Stock chart of the day, Moderna. This was a quick one. Tomorrow we're gonna have if you really want to if you want to see it just as a quick I guess notification or notice, we're gonna have one of the stocks is one of my favorite stocks right now, if not my favorite stock at the moment. I'm up 30-40% on it. It's a kind of stock I'm looking to make 3, 4, 500%. So and I'll show you that tomorrow. So everybody take care and have a good one. Bye.